Hello, this message is to you, Professor Yusuf. I used to be a very huge fan of yours when you started. I remember you talking about how Nigeria has been backward, how Nigeria has shifted from its original purpose. I remember you telling us that we should take our country back because in your days, you guys had free education, free money and all that, right? But now in our days, all this has changed. You remember you sharing all Nigeria used to take back their country. But I'm shocked that you have deviated from your original course into being the one advocating for the bandits. You're now driving sentiment and tribal politics. A few days ago, you said that Obi is too egotic and too Christian to be president of Nigeria. Who put you in that position to determine who becomes the president and who cannot be president in a country that we are all stakeholders of? The evil that is being done today to the Igbo people across Nigeria, is it what to be proud of? The Fulani has been the one ruling Nigeria from God knows when. What has they brought to the table? They have succeeded in destroying Nigeria beyond words. Let's talk about the immediate past president of Nigeria, Muhammadu Buhari. We all know the evil that was done under that regime. They destroyed our economy. They gave free hands to bandits to ravage our bush and destroy the country we once called home. Today, Fulani goes to literally all parts of Nigeria to create havoc. You have never come once to disown this and speak against it. All you do these days is go to national television to defend terrorists. Come to the Nigeria TV to talk about how Igbos, how Obi gave Northerners ID cards when he was the governor. You're not doing this because you care about the Northerners. You are doing this because of your selfish gain, right? The evil that the Fulani are doing today in Nigeria, is it what to be proud of? When have you ever come to national television to speak against this? Is this what a professor of your caliber should be doing at this point in time in Nigeria when the country is going through a lot of difficulties? It is very, very sad. I would never expect this. I never expect this from a figure of your type. Today, Kwankwaso, who used to be a very well-loved politician in the North, is now an anti-North because he decided to work with Peter Obi. You all know that Peter Obi and Kwankwaso is the best duo to become the president of Nigeria because they bring experience and the people's backing into presidency. Why are you fighting so hard to destroy an Igbo man? Because you're a Fulani. Why are you fighting so hard to demonize Obi before the Northerners? Because you don't like him because he's an Igbo man, or because you don't like him because he's a Christian? Right? Why don't you just sit down and allow the Northerners vote? If you are so sure that Obi cannot be voted for, is not sellable in the North, you should sit down and allow the politics take place. What the Igbos are suffering today is because of the Eziogo coup that happened before many of us were even born. But the evil that the Fulani has done in Nigeria is way more than what the Eziogo did years ago. Are you aware that there was a counter coup that killed Aguiyi-Ironsi? We should let bygone be bygone. Let's build our country from fresh. If you don't have a hidden agenda and you are not against the progress of Nigeria, you know the best people that can pilot the affairs of Nigeria. Why are you people all of a sudden coming out to speak to encourage banditry and evil that is being done to us all in Nigeria? You also spoke on the interview on what you said. You said Obi has not come out to speak against IPOB. What is your business with the IPOB in the North, in the Far East? Has any IPOB member left the East to come and terrorize anybody in the North, or terrorize anybody in the South, or terrorize anybody across any part of Nigeria? Isn't it not your duo, the Fulani herdsmen and banditry that used to travel across Nigeria creating havoc? And yet, you as a professor is encouraging this dehumanization. I also saw a statement by Sheikh Gumi, who said that why Nigeria, the president is so in a hurry to demonize the Fulani herdsmen and call them terrorists. But when Buhari came out to demoralize IPOB members and call them terrorists, you guys were happy. The evil that the IPOB have done in this country has been in their region. But the Fulani herdsmen are going around the country creating havoc. They bring literally nothing to the table. The economy of Nigeria is solely driven from the South. And the Northern has benefited more from the economy of Nigeria. The Fulani has managed to destroy the word Hausa. Now there is nothing like Hausa again in Nigeria. All we now have is Fulani, Yoruba, and Igbo. This is so sad. We should shun this tribal politics. Nigeria belongs to us all. I'm from South. I'm from the Southeast. But I still believe that charity begins at home. If this country must move forward, we must shun tribal politics and bigotry, religious sentiments. This is what a whole professor of your caliber is bringing to the table. Bigotry, tribalism, religious intolerance. This is so sad. We cannot continue like this. Sir, professor, I still have a lot of respect for you. I think at this stage, you should retreat your insulting statement that someone is too egotic to rule Nigeria, that someone is too Christian to rule Nigeria. Who gave you such authority? Are you now the spoke person for the North. This is sad. This is so sad. I'm doing this video from my house today, not from my office. Because when I saw it yesterday, I could not sleep. I went to address this issue, but somehow I just forgot about it. But today, same issue came back to my mind. Right? If you know we cannot work together as a country, it's better that the country is divided. That everyone should go to his own region and then develop their region. We cannot continue like this. That is why I've always advocated for regional governance. If regional government is in place, nobody will dare make some vulgar statement that you guys are making and getting away with it. It's so sad. Some of the things that people are saying, if someone from the southeast make the same statement, there will be war in Nigeria. If, for example, one of the statements you guys are making, mostly Sheikh Gumi coming out to defend terrorists, it was done by any southeastern person advocating for IPOB, Nigeria would be in the news now, and the full southeast will be wiped out. Is this how a country should behave? The elders who are supposed to caution the younger ones are not the one advocating for crime, abetting crime. Do you know the number of generals that have been killed by these bandits? If, for example, one of those generals was killed either in the south or in the southwest, we all know what will happen. We all know what happened in Bayelsa when full village was wiped out because they killed some low-ranking military officers. We all know what happened in Delta State a few months ago, if not like 1 or 2 years ago. Today, a king was arrested in that insurgency. A king was put in prison for a long time. Even today, I heard that even a professor is still in prison, and the whole village was wiped out because that's that problem. But today, we find military generals being killed and nothing is doing. Why is it that this country is there's double standard in this country? I think it's high time we just sit down and forge a way forward. It's for everybody to go to his own region and dissolve this country to be good. Everybody should go. Right? I'm not just happy today. All this thing I've been seeing on the internet has just messed up my sense of reasoning. It's crazy. I love this country. But the truth is that if we cannot work together in unity, then there is nothing that's bound us together. Let everybody go to their own region. Because of the truth, as now, we don't have the same religion. We don't share the same culture. We don't speak the same language. We don't reason. We don't think the same way. Right? Even the most educated Northerners still play tribal cards, still speak the way you guys speak. Even no matter how, I know that education should be a caution for all this. Yet, despite the education you guys acquire, you still speak like someone who is not even educated in the first place when it comes to politics and tradition and religion. Bye.